Good evening and welcome into Night News. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan conducts a field tour in Mafraq Governorate and inspects healthcare services. Investigations conducted by relevant authorities reveal illegal financial activities carried out by the Muslim or the banned Muslim Brotherhood group over the past years. And Jordan welcomes the Syrian government's decision to implement a ceasefire in the southern province of Sweden. Welcome again. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan has conducted a field tour in Mafraq Governorate as part of his regular visit to assess local service needs and development priorities. The tour began with an inspection of the Childcare Charitable Society in the northeastern Badia district, as the Prime Minister reaffirmed the government's support in providing care, education and rehabilitation services for people with disabilities. The Prime Minister also inspected the Mghayir As-Sirhan Comprehensive Health Centre and listened to both patients and staff to improve the level of healthcare services. The Prime Minister also directed authorities to expedite a comprehensive maintenance plan for the centre and to supply it with specialised medical staff as well as necessary equipment. And at the Mafraq Vocational Training Institute, the Prime Minister emphasised supporting soft financing programmes for graduates of vocational training institutes to enable them to establish small enterprises. Investigations conducted by the relevant authorities have revealed illegal financial activities carried out by the banned Muslim Brotherhood group over the past years, both domestically and abroad, with increasing intensity over the last 8 years. The investigations revealed that more than 30 million dinars were collected by the group in recent years. The banned group had been transferring the funds it gathered to Arab, regional and other countries, while part of the money was used to fund domestic political campaigns in 2024. The banned group exploited the events in Gaza to collect donations through illegal means in the absence of a clear and transparent mechanism for the fundraising process. The fate of the collected funds remain unknown and unannounced, with no disclosure of their sources, amounts or how they were to be delivered to the people in the Gaza Strip. Moreover, no coordination was announced with any international or relief organisation for transferring those funds to the people of Gaza. Jordan has welcomed the decision by Syrian authorities to implement a ceasefire in Asweda Governorate in the south of the country. The Foreign Ministry emphasised the importance of de-escalation, ensuring the protection of civilians and preserving the sovereignty of Syria over all its territories. In a statement, spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Sufyan Liqda, reaffirmed Jordan's support for the Syrian government's efforts to rebuild Syria on foundations that ensure its security, stability, while safeguarding the safety and security of all Syrians. Over to the Gaza Strip, where the health ministry there says Israeli attacks have killed 93 Palestinians and wounded 278 others in the last 24 hours alone. Among the casualties, 6 people were killed and 29 others injured while awaiting humanitarian aid. The death toll from the Israeli aggression since October 2023 has now climbed to 58,480, with 139,355 others wounded. Meanwhile, the United Nations Human Rights Office says at least 875 Palestinians have been killed within the past 6 weeks at 8 points in Gaza, run by the US, and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, and convoys run by other relief groups, including the United Nations. Spokesperson for the UN Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, Thamin al-Khaitan, told reporters in Geneva that 674 Palestinians were killed in the vicinity of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites, while the remaining 201 were killed on the routes of other aid convoys. The UN says the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation largely bypasses a UN-led system that Israel alleges has let Hamas fighters loot aid shipments intended for civilians. Hamas denies the allegation. And on the situation in the occupied West Bank, Al-Khaitan said that there has been an increase in killings and attacks against Palestinians by settlers and security forces in recent weeks, and that about 30,000 Palestinians have been forcibly displaced in the north of the occupied territories. Here's what he had to say.
Israeli settlers and security forces have intensified killings, attacks and harassment of Palestinians in the occupied West Bank, including East Jerusalem, in the past weeks. This includes the demolition of hundreds of homes and forced mass displacement of Palestinians, contributing to the ongoing consolidation of annexation of West Bank territory by Israel in violation of international law. Since the launch of Israel's Operation Iron Wall in the north of the West Bank earlier this year, about 30,000 Palestinians remain forcibly displaced.
And this brings us to the end of tonight's news summary. Thank you so much for your time.